I'm sure that around the world, place where the army still deal with horses. I know the Swiss did for a long time because they trained soldiers to pack in the Alps on ski and with mules. Maybe at the 10 really can be a reason why we put this. I don't know if it started fishing around.
Je vais pas les couper comme ça, je vais les couper légèrement en biais pour que ça vienne bien se toucher. On prend le repère. Et comme pour... leur type de selle à la française. Et alors, tu vois, je travaille. Jusque-là, on travaillait pas, puisqu'en plus, ils vont en parler au chef de corps, donc.
C'est officiel.
Ça risque de devenir officiel, tu vois.
Wow.
Alors, on va bien voir. Je te tiens au courant de ça.
Yeah. More feel. It's going to be an opportunity to create something new. Just what we likes to do, you know. A prototype of a saddle will fit the cadre noir, but improve what they've got. So that's the big deal.
That made his day, huh?
Maybe he's doing this. Yeah, that's.
I need to put a horn on it.
Yeah. Maybe they won't hope the enemy.
Donc là, je fais ça. Je griffe là.
Yeah, there's a little trick. We got two size circle, a larger one and the inside one is smaller. So he's gonna mark the stitching on an 8 stitch an inch. That's what he used on the outside. If we mark the inside circle 8 stitch an inch, every 3-4 holes we're gonna have to cheat like we did on the box yesterday when the tanks start to get on an angle. So he's gonna mark the holes on 9 an inch.
It's gonna get the machine situated so it can focus itself, and it's not an easy thing to do. It's kind of... No, it's looking for contrast.
Là, c'est un peu petit, mais tant pis.
Of course, the ideal is the right side so you can squeeze in a plier to hold it.
Mais souvent, tu fabriques une boîte pour un but bien précis. Une boîte ronde, c'est pour mettre un truc rond, un tube rond, quelque chose de bien précis. Donc, tu peux t'en servir. Bon, alors pour commencer, on va coudre deux aiguilles normalement comme ça.
Okay.
Hein, pas de problème.
So you don't start with the bottom. Tu démarres pas par le fond.
Tu peux, mais par principe, là, je vais commencer en haut.
Non, ça y est, j'ai compris.
Parce que ton fil,
ouais.
Tu vois,
ouais.
si tu arrêtes mal, si j'arrête mal mon fil ici, il peut à la longue, à l'usure, ça peut prendre du jeu et s'ouvrir.
Yes. If you start by the bottom tanks or whatever, he will end the sewing here, which that's the end who's going to be stretched open. Then eventually it's going to get loose and undo it itself and take some play. If you start here, there's no give. It's going to stay closed forever.
Easier to sew them that well.
Someday he's going to chew on an electric.
Sur la jointure.
Oui.
Did with that leather keeper on there and a number 5 half swedge buckle in there and sew that in there by hand.
They don't buy a second one. So
Well, and when your marketing strategy is dependent upon numbers, it's a volume is where your profit.
Started these holes with an awl on this side at set about such an angle, about a 45-degree angle right here. And then this has all been glued together. This front edge, I think this is what you would call a butt joint. Back stitch, we start the stitch right here, start it right here, back stitch 1, and then begin our running sequence here of sewing. So just this technique of starting in here and aiming for that hole across. So we've already got a bit of a pilot hole, I guess, if you will. We follow the awl back through with the needle. We use the other needle to bind it against the one to pull it through, and then follow this back through in such a manner that we drag the thread backwards through there so that we don't split the thread with the needle going through there. Not letting go of either needle. Just holding on to the needle between thumb and forefinger here. Same way with my left hand. Holding on to the awl, cradling it in the palm, holding it with my thumb into the palm of my hand. So I can work more efficiently rather than picking up tools, putting them back down. I think is one of the keys to hand sewing for the sake of efficiency. That's, of course, been one of the things that in our American mindset of expediency, we want to go as fast as we can. Well, some of these techniques that we can master, hanging on to the needles and the awl, we can be more efficient with our time.
you cannot, we need to wait the first corner and maybe go back straight and stuff.
Yeah.
Since the holes are already punched.
Committed that way, so we can't change it. Yeah.
Mais qu'est-ce que tu vas faire? Tu vas tricher?
Okay, since we get that angle creating itself, okay, completely that way. He's going to cheat, and he's going to take, he's going to back up a hole on this side, and
là, en fait, je vais repiquer dans. Avec l'aiguille du dessus, je repique dans le même point.
So he goes on the same